as it turns out, went to the Comic-Con and I did see the very thing that I've been looking for. A Blokees model with a nice big box and in good condition. And here it is. And I think we got to zoom in because it's just way too big. But yeah, Transformers Model Kit Experience. Blokees Optimus Prime Action Edition. Uh, there it says Action Edition. The box is like really, really quite large, so it's kind of hard to fully capture on camera unless I pan really, really far out. But yeah, this is a much larger box. I don't know what I'd call this. This seems bigger than a high grade box, but not quite as big as a master grade box. Somewhere in between. But I guess that falls in line with like the kind of classification that they have, in the sense that if this model here was something in between an entry grade and a high grade, I'd say this is probably somewhere in between a high grade and a master grade. In terms of size, it seems potentially more along the lines of a master grade. But in terms of complexity, I don't think it's going to be that much more it's not going to be as complex as a master grade or a real grade for that matter. It'll be, again, I suspect that it'll be more substantial than this in terms of complexity, but not too out of line. But yeah, here's some pictures on this side. Exclusive weapons and accessories. This is the classic. You can do the classic Optimus Prime pose. You've got the classic axe, matrix of leadership. There's a kind of inner frame, pretty basic looking. And yeah, there it is. It might be hard to tell, but the fingers are individually articulated fingies. Which, when it comes to Gundam, I like that. I think they're really cool. But also it's kind of, I find it very fussy, and I'd usually rather just go for standard, pre-posed hands. But, yeah, so this is, of course, intended to look very much like Optimus Prime from G1, the original cartoon series. I would say that the proportions are much more kind of kiddie looking. Like there's something kind of, I don't know how to say it. I wouldn't say SD, but there's these kind of exaggerated proportions that almost remind me of something like a play school kind of thing or something, which, in all honesty, when I was looking at Blokees and stuff, I thought, I don't know if I will get this, if I'll ever pick this up, because the proportions are kind of exaggerated in a way that, when you look at a lot of the other sort of like G1 art for Prime and other characters, they usually kind of follow proportions of like in more anime style, with like a much smaller head, longer limbs, not as big chunky forearms and stuff. But we do like chunky stuff here on the Epo Dempsey Roll Show, so I kind of came around to it. And also, like I said, I'm not really sure if and when I'll ever see this model kit in Canada, because, as I said, it's a Blokees. They are slowly penetrating Canada, but they have yet to really make it out to the hobby stores and stuff. And that's another thing too that I find kind of interesting about Blokees, is how, like, if you look at this box, they mention 188 pieces, which is something that I kind of would associate with like Lego more than I would a model kit, in the sense that like Lego often will tell you how many pieces a kit has. That's not something that I see too often in with Gunpla or similar Plamo, because everything is on a runner and stuff, so you wouldn't really think of a model kit in that sense. But yeah, so there's a number of accessories, including the matrix of leadership, a backpack, a communicator. the laser cannon, the energon axe, some cool poses, and it does light up. But let's take a look. Let's take a gander at the inside of this box. I did open it before stream just to take a quick gander, but let's just see what we have inside. We won't really get into like opening up the box or anything, but I'm curious. There's quite a few runners in here, all bagged up. And yeah, let's take a look. And then we'll take a break. Alright, so let's see. That's the Autobot symbol right here. Pretty cool, very huge. And this is actually the light up unit, I think. Just gonna go in the chest. And the light up unit, I think, is based on like a tap. Like, it's not really a button that you press. You kind of just have to tap it, as you can see, or not see with this guy. I kind of have to tap it give it a little tap like that. And again, it's probably a little too hard to see because of the light. There's the cannon. Ooh, look at this, pre-printed. And yeah, so if you're familiar with Gundam, this is pretty much the same deal. You know, got runners and all of that. But yeah, that's nice. A little pre-printed there. Some clear parts. Oh wow, look at this axe. The energy axe. Huge. The way like it starts from the base there. Pretty neat. Some clear blue, which I imagine will be used for the eye. Got the instruction manual. We'll kind of set that aside and take a better look later. The pieces do look quite large, if you can see. This looks like perhaps the backpack. And this might be kind of like where the head is and the neck is going to poke through. So just to give you a general idea of how big this chap is going to be. But I had a really great experience building that other kit, so I think this is going to be quite fun too. This is the Matrix of Leadership right there. Just trying to see other parts that I recognize here. That is going to be the leg. Just to give you an idea of how large this model is going to be, this is a part of the leg, sort of like the grate detail. Something like that. We have a fairly large base. And there's some stickers. Seeing this foil Autobot symbol sticker takes me back to my youth. Definitely had to stick some of these stickers on. Or they'd peel off, actually, over time. They had that thing where it was like heat sensitive and then it would change colors. I remember that. But yeah, this little image of Bumblebee can be displayed on the little recorder, not recorder, the wrist. But yeah, here's another sample of the leg. I'm pretty sure that's going to be the leg. And yeah, that's going to be pretty good, pretty big, pretty decent size, I think. This could be the hands. Buzz Lightyear, yeah. Ashwin, can't wait to see what you do with this. Yeah, the color changing stickers. Yeah, that would be amazing if they included that with this. But let's take a look at the instructions. There it is again. Pretty neat. And next month I very well might have a companion piece to this model on order. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, actually the poses are quite nice. You can do a little superhero pose. You can have him opening up his chest to reveal the Matrix of Leadership. Oh, I don't know, Ashwin, maybe. Don't want to give up. Don't want to give away too much. But I will say, in all honesty, that the Megatron model looks a lot better. I don't know if they decided to make the proportions more in line with with like the cartoon or something, but the Megatron model looks really good, and the accessories. Again, I don't want to I don't want to give away too much, but the accessories. I love accessories. I'm an accessory guy. I like to accessorize. Megatron has some really nice accessories. So here's another interesting little detail. The stickers provided have some optional parts for toy color style G1. So you can have him in kind of like a more cartoon accurate configuration, or you can add some of these extra stickers like this, which go on the knees. And that kind of brings him more to like the original toy color scheme, which I think is really fun. I don't think I'll do that, but that's neat. That's pretty cool, in my opinion. But I'm easily impressed by toys. How many runners? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 runners plus some extra little bitties. So not bad. And again, I think that the construction of this model isn't going to be, you know, overly complex from what I've looked into and from my experience with the Transformers 1 Optimus. And the color, oh, the instructions are all color, so that's kind of neat too. I don't think it's necessary, TBH, to have full color instructions, but that's kind of nice, right? And yeah, as you can see, like, it's not going to be too complex, but I think there's some meat going on here. It's not going to be, I don't know how long this will take. 1 day, 2 days? I don't know. I'm kind of interested though. Maybe we'll build this next month, because I do want to kind of square away my painting project here, as well as some off-stream projects that I have going on. But I'm looking forward to this. Ah, here are the fingers. The individual articulated, well, they're not articulated by every knuckle, but there are by every joint, I should say. But there's the fingies. Looks fun. From what I looked into, most people seem to have a very positive experience with this model, so I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, so there's the Buzz Lightyear communicator thing. That's kind of cute. Honestly, if they make a Bumblebee, I wouldn't mind getting a Bumblebee. I have seen some other model kits. I have seen some other brands of products that are not action figures, that are not transforming action figures. They're more like a model kit. And there's YOLO Park. This is really cool. Look at that. With the grid and everything. Very old school. Very 80s. Yeah, so YOLO Park make a... oh yeah, YOLO Park. There's YOLO Park, and there's a couple of other manufacturers of model kit Transformers. And they all look pretty cool for various reasons. Some of them are kind of based off of like the... what are they? I forgot what was the comic. The publishers of Transformers now. I want to say IGN, but that's not right. It's some, yeah, they have some designs based off the comics. I think that there's some that are based off the anime, and they can be quite pricey if it's a matter of a licensed kit. Of course, that's going to be an additional cost. But for some reason, the Blokees stuff have been, in my view, pretty affordable. Whether they be the small blind box models or this one, which is considered, what do they call that? The classic class? This is the classic class level model. And then this one they call the action class, or yeah, action edition. Which again, I would kind of place somewhere in between a high grade and a master grade, or maybe a better way to put it is somewhere like like a Re 100. As far as Gunpla goes, to put things into Gunpla terms, it's kind of more like a Re 100, at least from what I can tell. So yeah, looking forward to putting this fellow together. And hopefully more Blokees can come out in Canada. Again, the rollout has been quite slow. America, even in the States, from what I can tell, people are having a hard time finding Blokees, but they are available in like Walmart, for example, and other places, and comic stores and hobby shops. And yeah, it's just that is not even a thing over here in Canada. So, again, maybe this is the year that we can see more Blokees stuff, because I think they kind of they found a nice little niche for themselves, I think, because as I was saying, the other model kits can be quite pricey, and they're going to be about, like, their complexity isn't like that much more involved that would warrant that price. So you're really paying like that licensing, or you're feeling the effects of that licensing fee, I would guess. And yeah, the blocky stuff, whatever kind of model that you find yourself interested in, the prices don't seem too bad in my estimation.